First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America reads, in part, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. We are fortuitous to have this right, and the civil rights movement is the epitome of why this amendment was necessary. It allowed them to amplify their message when they were arrested for standing up and speaking out for what they believed in. Nobody has ever changed the world by standing still. Not Martin Luther King, not Abraham Lincoln, not Rosa Parks, and you won't either. They all changed the world by standing up and speaking out for what they believed in. The world has changed for the better because people have stood up and spoken out. These people have genuinely influenced our country. There are people who recognized injustice and sought to make it just. Martin Luther King's altruism made him stand up and speak out and build up empathy in his I Have a Dream speech. Thanks to him, we have the Civil Rights Act. Thanks to him, people can't be discriminated against based on their race, color, or religion. Thanks to him, we have the Voting Rights Act. Rosa Parks was arrested when she refused to give up her seat on the bus. She helped spark the Montgomery bus boycott. Miss Parks' gumption, even with her deference for the laws, directly led to the integration of the Montgomery bus system. Abraham Lincoln stood up and spoke out against slavery. His Emancipation Proclamation, when she fervently passed, freed the first slaves through government action. He pushed for the 13th Amendment, which made slavery illegal. He edified the country and ended what was a blemish on our great nation. Our nation has changed because these individuals were unafraid to stand up and speak out for what was right. I believe we all must stand up and speak out against injustice. As Dr. King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Whether it's economic or racial injustice, we must stand up and speak out because we cannot allow injustice a home in our country, the land of opportunity. We will stand up and speak out against injustice. I believe we must stand up and speak out against the ongoing gun violence epidemic in our country. An epidemic that claims an average of 100 lives every single day. We need to stand up and speak out to end the ongoing gun violence epidemic. We will stand up and speak out to end the ongoing gun violence epidemic because we cannot afford to wait any longer to take action. I believe we all must stand up and speak out against the inadequate funding for education. Education is the backbone of our democracy. Education helps prepare us for the future so that we can continue to compete in a global economy. Fully funding education will allow us to create the next Apple, the next Google, or even the next Amazon. We need to stand up and speak out against inadequate funding for education because we cannot afford to wait for fully funded education. I believe we all must stand up and speak out against any and all attempts at voter suppression. Voting is a fundamental right granted to us. Voting is one way that we are able to stand up and speak out for what we believe in. We cannot afford to allow others to take that away from us. We must stand up and speak out to protect the right to vote. We will stand up and speak out against any attempt at suppressing the votes. Blaise Pascal said, "All man's troubles come from not knowing how to sit still in one room." I disagree. Sitting still has never solved anything. Being complacent has never solved anything. All good things have come from people standing up and speaking out for what they believed in. That is why I'm asking you, all of you, to join me right here and right now in standing up and speaking out for what you believe in. We can make a difference. We can speak out. We can stand up. We can change the world. Si se puede. Yes, we can. Yes, we will.
Yeah.